Stretching. Stretching and developing flexibility. It's useful for you whether you are a martial artist or an average Joe. It's going to make your mobility easier, it's going to be easier to move around, it's going to help prevent injury. What we're going to do today, we're going to do a martial arts stretching routine that is seen in martial arts schools throughout the country, but we're going to add some of our own little tweaks to it, okay? First thing I want to do that's different than just the routine, I want to slightly warm you up first because it's easier to stretch when your muscles are warm. So just run in place a little bit, just a light jog. Nothing too serious because we're just doing a stretch today. You might be doing this on your rest day. It's a good day to do this. On your rest day, get a stretch. Or just anytime you feel like you need to stretch, just pop this in. Say pop it in like it's a DVD. It's a video. You can watch it online on YouTube. All right, just hit play. Hit play on this whenever you need to stretch, okay? Jumping jack. We're not going to get this warm-up long. We're about to start stretching. Okay. I just want you a little bit warm before we start, okay? Butt fingers, okay, like this. All right. Now bring your knees up again. Knees up a little bit higher in the jog. Okay. Twist. Let your back heel come up. Kind of release your back a little bit, all right? This way you're not ice cold when you go to try to stretch. You've actually moved around just a little bit. Here's a good one. Nice and easy. Let your arm go in each direction like you're punching, but you don't got to fill it with power. Just go through the motion just to warm up the muscles is all you're trying to do. So you can just go through the motion here. All right. Do a little bend in your knee. A little bend in your knee. Okay. Arm circles. Stop and go the other way. Cross your arms. All right. Do a circle with your knee. All right. Other way. Other leg. Other way. All right, we're going to start the stretching routine now, okay? All right, so one foot out in front of the other, kind of at an angle here. We're going to reach down towards that ankle. If you need to, you can have one hand on this leg or knee for support in case your back's feeling a little iffy. If you feel good, you can put both hands into the stretch. Stretching your hamstrings here. This is about as basic as a stretch as it gets, doing this basic hamstring stretch here. We're going to do this stretch and a couple others standing up first, and then we're going to go down to the floor. Go back to that other side again. These hamstring stretches like this, I always like to do twice because I get a better stretch the second time. I'm usually pretty tight the first time. Other side. Okay. Knee, come to the middle, bend your knees. Put your arms on the inside of your knees, and you can kind of push out a little bit and just sit down into it. All right, put your hands on the floor, straighten your legs, and just stretch for a second. Feel that stretch through your back and your hamstrings. All right, now, with my hands on the floor, heel toe out, just start opening your legs some, okay? Now from here, I even like to, I'll point my toes up and wiggle with my heels to go out more. Just go out until you're still comfortable, but you feel the stretch, okay? This stretch right here is this stretch here is what will eventually turn into your side splits if you do this stretch enough. We hold it for at least 10 seconds. Every stretch is good to hold for at least 10 seconds. Put your toes flat on the floor if you like, or if you leave them up, I don't care. Right now, loosen up the stretch a little bit, pull back onto some. You can put one knee down, okay? You're gonna go out to the side now. All right, one hand on each side. Wiggle that foot forward or your knee back and stretch in this direction. You can try to put your head to your knee. I'm just gonna stay like this. This would be your straight split if you ever got flexible enough to do that. All right, both hands in front, and you're gonna come up to the center and then all the way over to the other side. And then both hands, the hands on each opposite side. Back to the middle. Try to see if you can get any farther this time, but don't force anything. All right, knees up on your knees. Let's do a child's pose, okay? Just lean straight over your knees. I always like to do a cobra after the child's pose. I don't know, it just feels good to me. All right, here's one for you. All right, let's see what angle I should get at to make this where you can tell what I'm doing. All right, so your feet, all right, your feet together, and your knees go out. Okay, and you're gonna go down into the stretch with your elbows on the floor. And you're stretching your knees out, stretching your hips. You can also separate your feet and do it like that as well. That's perfectly fine. It just kind of changes how the stretch feels. And yeah. You can go forward if you want. Try to change it up some. The stretch feels a little different when you go forwards. Kind of make me undo my feet. Go back. Go forwards again. Okay, come up out of that. If you need to shake your feet, shake your legs loose, that's fine. All right. So you're already here. Reach down towards just one side. Take it easy, right? Reach down towards just one side and stretch. All right, release. Grab the other foot, the other ankle, the toes, wherever you can reach for. Go down that side. Release. Go down, just straight down, both sides. Grab your toes, grab your ankles. If you're real flexible, like I used to be, you can lay your head and chest right down on your legs. There was a time when I could do that. Maybe I'll be able to do it again. If I start doing the stretch every day, I will be able to do it again, and so can you. Okay, now, we're gonna open up our legs there, and with my hands behind me, we're gonna push forwards to try to open up the stretch more. All right, and I got my hands behind me, pushing me forward a little bit. Just gonna hold that for a little bit. Okay. Now, stretch over to your left side. Now go to my right, go to your left, okay? You can go like this, you can go like this, just stretch over to this direction. Trying to get your head to your knee if you're able to do that. All right, come up and go the other way. Come up. Let's go this way again. Come up, and one more time this way. Okay, now, I never really liked this one a whole lot, but try to go straight forward now. And I knew people back in Taekwondo school, they could lay flat going forward. And not something I was ever able to do. I did used to be able to get way farther than I am now, but you might even have to loosen up your stretch a little for it. Even though I'd rather not, I'd rather keep it nice and wide. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay. Let's just come back and hold this stretch for a minute. Just like this. All right, bring it in. You can shake your legs, rock your legs back and forth. Feels good after that. Let me get that shaken out. All right, now we're gonna sit on our knees. And what we're gonna do now is just start leaning backwards, okay? You don't gotta go far, just where you feel the stretch through these muscles. Even with this one, there was a time when I just laid backwards and laid on the floor. I used to be really good at this stretch. All right. One on child's pose for good measure. Cobra, just like I said, for me, it just feels good in the face here. All right, guys, I think that'll do it. 1 foot, hand on knee, stand up, always protect your back. Guys, that'll do it for this stretching routine today. If you found this useful, click on some of my other videos, click subscribe, and tell me what you think in the comments.